All right, what's up, you guys? So here is another day. We finished. It's a very frustrating day. This is one of the days when I'm genuinely frustrated with the market. Is whatever I tried is not it didn't work, but it was painfully slow moving. The whole day we traded within a point range, which is very uncommon. The SPY moving that little, even the pre-market, it was even tighter. Anyway, we traded 4 times today. 2 of them was a winner, 1 of them was a loser, and the last one, it was a break even. Actually, we started with a loser, then a break even, and a 2 winner. We managed to bring the day green just by a little bit. Again, frustrating day for me. Let's just go in and let me explain you. Alright, you guys, so let's start our recap here. This was a very frustrating day for me. As we can see, we traded in a very tight range. It's a couple minutes. The day will close. We traded in a very tight range, very choppy. As we can see, every single candle, wicks on the top, wicks on the bottom. So it was extremely difficult a day for me. As we moved higher, lower, right away the moves where for me would be the justification to enter. So it wasn't any meat of the bone. So I didn't enter because wherever the actual breakdowns happen, we have a support or resistance level, breakdowns or breakouts. So it was very hard for me to justify the entries where it would make sense to enter. But again, the next support and resistance level was so close, it wasn't worth it. So unfortunately, my day wasn't as big as it used to. It's still a green day, but we can be fortunate also we didn't lose, because in these days we can get very frustrated. We can get into revenge trading very quickly, and especially with the new traders, that happening unfortunately too often, when 1 or 2 trades didn't work out and then we just try to get back the money what we lost. Even, we already can realize that today is very tight. Even the pre-market, a half a point, the day within a point range. So we already can see it's gonna be a difficult day. Yet the new traders try to make miracles on a very difficult day. And as I said, it was difficult for me also, but we had 1 loser, 2 winners, and 1 break even. And let's just break down the trades. Is really not much to say. So let me just explain what happened. Our first trade was a loser. I entered for the continuation of the breakdown. We break down our trend line again. The next support level wasn't far enough for me to justify the entry. So basically, as we broke down, we break below our long-standing support, right? In the pre-market, the 1144, 1114, it's a very, very distinguished support. Even as we broke over, came down, again became a little bit below, but it's still a support zone. And then we went higher, right? As we broke below, we created a new low from the previous one. So I was waiting what's going to happen when we come up over here. We created a higher low, right? Higher high, lower low, consider this one, and a higher low, consider this one. So as we broke down, we break VWAP, and I entered on, unfortunately, it became a green candle. I entered on the green candle, not on the red, on the green candle wick. As we created a higher low, we broke down the 1114. So basically I entered as we broke the candle. Unfortunately, right away turn against me. The market just closed. Right away turn against me. Where is our stop? We put our stop for a pivot high. I could have let it to go a little higher, but because of the choppiness of the market, I didn't want to risk too much. So as we broke out, I exited on the wick, and unfortunately it turned right back to my favor. But this is when basically we have to be happy with our plan, right? Because most of the time, if we follow our plan, it's gonna work on our favor. In this case, it's okay, turn against me, fine, I took my loss, you gotta move on. That's how you have to look at it. You cannot be upset, of course, you get frustrated, but again, I'm on the market for a while already, so these things are not affecting me as it affecting the new traders. Because right away, if you exit, you keep your plan, and you see the market come back to your favor, what would the new trader do? Would enter in the same spot, right? What would happen? This move over here, if you enter to the short side as the continuation of the breakdown, this move over here, it's at least a 50% loser. And if you don't take again your loss, if you don't take your exit again where you're supposed to take it, then it just continue higher, and then you just adding, you panicking, and then okay, turn back towards you. But still, this one is already far off your entry. Over here, this move, it's erasing a lot more out of your account than this move. And why is that? Because the move, it's a lot more sudden. So the volatility in the move is a lot more sudden, lot more higher. So it's erasing your capital a lot faster. And if you don't take your exit again, then this little move, it's adding a lot more to it. And even if it comes back to your favor, is not bringing back enough for you to exit, right? As the new trader think, oh, let me hold it a little bit more. Then it just goes against you, and it's erasing so much out of your account. Even this move, it doesn't bring back your loss. But again, you just, right now, we're talking about hindsight, right? Because we already know what's happened. But when the market's running, you enter, hope it's going down. Big candle. This move, at least 20%, if not more, against you, going higher. Now it's hitting a pivot high. What's gonna happen? You think it's gonna come down, right? We already know what's gonna happen. Keep going higher, higher. Or you have a wick down, you hope. Maybe even you add to it because it's coming back down. Right? Where you take your stop? And even if you add it over here because you think, again, it's becoming a rejection, you double down on a loser. So, guys, just always follow the plan. You have to be happy. Even if it's a loss, you have to be happy about following your plan, because that is the ultimate goal, and that's what is the road to success on the stock market. Follow your profitable plan. All right, so this was one. The next one was a break even for me as a continuation. Yeah, we entered as the breakdown 1207. Yep, so we entered as over here we had a rejection on VWAP. We entered here as for the continuation of the breakdown. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. So as it came back up, because of all this choppiness, as soon as came back to my price, I exited, because I just didn't see the reason why to hold it. So I exited, basically break even on the price. It was 15, 12, 15. Yeah, actually it was exactly that candle. Yeah, as it wicked down, came back up, we broke this, we broke our red candle to the high, I exited. So this was our loser, our break even. And right, you're just getting more and more frustrated. The market is slapping you around a little bit. But again, you just have to wait. Your structure, you have to follow. So my next trade, it was the retest of VWAP. Let's see what's the time. Is 59. And actually, let's put back to the arrow. All right, so as we had a rejection on the VWAP. The VWAP throughout the whole day, it's acted as a support and resistance, right? So we had support, we break through, down and up, support, we break down, right? We had a resistance, we break through. So basically, as it came back, red candle, support, break the red candle, that's the entry. That's a justifiable entry anytime. So that was my entry. Again, unfortunately, what happened? The moment I entered, choppiness. Again, this move, 15 cents move, on the market itself, it's barely moving, or not even moving the contract price. And as we come down, it's even you come back to the same price level on the underlying, but on the contract price, you're losing money, right? So we had another support on the VWAP. We went back up. we initially we broke our pivot just by a little bit, and as it seems, this is becoming a new resistance level. So we had to wait what's gonna happen here, right? We had a very, very good support level by VWAP, and then as it seemed, we had a rejection level, a resistance level by the pivot. So we have to wait and see what's gonna happen. And my exit was at 34 as it started to come down. Again, I didn't end, and is the red candle. I didn't exit everything. As you guys know, I'm only exiting partial exits, right? So first batch, what happened? Flush down. Where did it stop? VWAP, and as we started to curl up, as we get to the pivot level, I think that was my exit. $49. Yep, exactly. 48 is this. 49, exactly. That's the candle. So this give me a very little profit. So one loser, break even, small profit, and this was really my frustrating trade, the very last one. Wow. So the last one, 225, and let's make this one 24, 25, the green candle, the wick of the green candle, right? So we had so I draw two trend lines. This trend line was standing from this point as we created support by the VWAP. So I created a trend line, and actually we don't know what's gonna happen here, right? It was actually a breakout point also. So if I'm not exiting my trade, my long trade over here, look what happens. That's one frustration, right? So we had our trend line as we broke, and exactly as we can see, this created a very good support. So my initial thinking, if we're gonna be able to break this, I'm gonna enter to the short side. So what happened? Exactly that what happened. Breakout, and as it continue break the candle, open, wick down, I entered. What happened again? Start to move against me. So where would be our exit, right? The exit would be our top. It never reached, so I hold it. We were chopping around, and really at this point I just got tired of holding, and basically what happened is I exited 53 on this very candle, but I exited as we hit the trend line, because as we can see, trend lines holding. So as it broke down, hit the pivot level, hit the trend line, I exited in an instant, flush down, and then that was the end of my day. I finished trading this over here. It gave me another tiny profit, so tiny loser, break even, tiny winner, and an even smaller winner. And the frustration, both of my exit, it happened right before the breakout and before the breakdown. So it could have been a very nice day, but it didn't. It's still a green day, and we just have to be happy about that, right? And green day is always nice. So for you guys, this is very, very important when it's a tight range day and it's frustration. Better just walk away, because revenge trading is no good. And any of the entries where I entered because of the tight range easily could have turned the other way. For me, I have my stop losses. So even if I lose on a trade, for me it's a small loser, because I don't care. If it moves against me, I'm out, because I know 80% of the time I'm right. So that 80%, it's give me the confidence to exit out of my trades with a small loser, because I know when I win, generally I win bigger than what's my loser, and I win more often than I lose, right? And that is the whole point. So that's why, you guys, the stop loss is important. Even if you get frustrated because it's coming back to your direction as you originally thought, everything is depend on the structure of the market. Today, unfortunately, it wasn't the day when you can you can have a justification to re-enter on the same levels, because it's just a very tight range, very, very choppy, weak on every single candles, on top, on bottom, which is a great indication for that. So all right, let's leave it there. This is it for me for today. Another green day. Out of we're trading 2.5 weeks now, so 12 trading days. We have 2 losing days, 10 winning days, which is an excellent track record. And what we're gonna do, see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow's a new day. All these we have to leave it behind, and we always have to trade for the actual trading day. We can reference the levels to the new day, but the price section or mentality, we have to leave it behind. New day, clean slate, and let's get to it.